All right, so we can actually do something called email mail merge, where we actually can merge into an email document instead of envelopes or labels, things like that. And so that might be another reason for having a database like we see here set up and including not only the street address, which we're not going to be using, but rather just based on this email address and maybe their name information and so forth. So the end result of doing an email mail merge, and you can only do this from I know, using Microsoft Outlook. Okay, so if you've got Microsoft Outlook, you can do this. Otherwise, I have no idea. So what we want to be able to do, though, is to take each one of these records that we have here and merge into an email, but not where all of them go on to one single email. For as many email addresses as we have here, it will create that many emails, each with just one person on it. All right, so it's kind of like some of those constant contact type companies out there that allow you to do massive, emails and all that to people and all that stuff. So it's along those lines. So the legality of mail merging to just everybody, that's in your court. I have nothing to do with that. I'm just showing you how you can go about doing this. So the idea is that you use Microsoft Excel worksheet as the source of your data, that you're going to be merging. And our primary fields are going to be specifically the email field here and maybe the first and last name as well. All right. And we're going to do this. Actually, we're going to use this, go through Microsoft Word, which will then create the mail merge in Outlook. All right, so we got like 3 programs going here. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of launch into Word again and get ourselves a blank document. All right, so there we are. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to mailings, start mail merge, and then step-by-step mail merge wizard. And this time we're going to do an email. So we hit email, we hit next down here at the bottom, and it ends up giving you a page that is no longer a regular Microsoft document. It's actually an HTML page, or like a web page almost, the same kind of page that Outlook would use when you're typing in the body of an email there. It's the same thing. So what you're going to be putting here is later on, eventually, what you want your recipient to see as the body. All right. So we're telling, we want to use the current document here. So then we'll just go down below there, hit next. And then, of course, it wants to know who the recipients are or where they're at. So we'll just go ahead and click on to make sure we've got the first one here where it's the existing list. We'll hit browse. We'll go to our desktop. There it is. I've got the email mail merge. This one and the other file that we've got that you can download are the same content. So I'll just click that. Oop. And then we'll go ahead and hit open, or you can just double click it. This is the only tab that's in that worksheet, so we'll hit OK on that. And then you'll see everybody pop up there. Now, you can hit OK. There we go. So now it knows where the names are at. Now we're going to click on the next. Now this is where you're going to be putting in the information that you want to see in the body. Now think about this. If you were to get an email like this, even though it might have been sent to 1,000 people, you're not going to know that because you're going to be the only name on there. It's a little bit different from being part of like a blind carbon where they send out 100 emails to different people, but they put them all in the blind carbon. So they put the 100 people in there, send it out, and of course when you get it, your name is nowhere to be found. And that's always a dead giveaway that you're probably one of many in a blind carbon copy. Anyway, so at this point, you kind of put in what you want to have in there. So you might say something like maybe enter, give yourself an enter key, and we'll say dear, something like that. And then, or you might leave that out. It depends on how you want to do that. Then we'll go over here to where it says insert merge field, and we'll say dear, maybe just the first name, right? Comma. Hit the enter key, and now this is where you put the body of the message. So what I'll do is I'll just, I'll make something real quick here. So what that does is it actually generates a 2 paragraphs, each with 4 sentences. Just it pulls it out of the help area of Word. So I hit my enter key on that one. There we go. So that's the body. Then I'll put down here maybe sincerely. Oop, and then that's it. Now, if you had other fields of information in that original spreadsheet, right, they'd all be listed here. You can put them within the body here, make it very, very friendly, very personal, and they wouldn't know any better because it's just a field, and they're the one that got the email supposedly, right? All right, so once we've done that, then we'll go ahead and hit next. And now this shows you the first email that you have, and then what you can do here, you can kind of review it if you want. And you hit this one, this will be the second person, third person. So this is what they're going to see in the body of the email. They're going to see their name, and then it's only going to have their address in the to, and that's it. So it's really kind of neat. So once you've done that, then we'll go ahead and we'll hit next to complete the merge. And then we say we want to do the electronic email. So I click onto that. And it wants to know what field represents the emails. Well, hit the little drop down. It is truly email that has email addresses. The subject line will be, I'm just going to put in here test. They're all fake emails, but I'll just put test there anyway. And it's going to be HTML format, like I said before. That's it. So then when you hit OK, off it goes. And you'll see the names run off there. See up there, at the upper left-hand corner there. There they all are. All right, that must have been the last one there. Okay. Now, hopefully this doesn't like jam up on me like the snail mail one did there, but I think we'll be okay here. Now, if I bring up Outlook here, let me just bring it up real quick. If I bring Outlook, you'll see in my sent items, here are all those emails going out. And you can kind of see it. Well, you just missed the tail end of it, but it just delivered the very last one there. But there it is. So there's the merge. So pretty cool stuff there. And like I said, when they get these, let me just go into my, oh, there's a few more going out. If I opened them up, any one of them, I'll bring it over there. It gave me this as a message there, but let me just, because I'm using the fake emails, let me go to my sent here. That's what I wanted there, I'm sorry. I was in the wrong folder, sorry about that. So my sent items, here are all of the recipients, all separately listed. So if I go to any one of them, open it up, there it is. So we've got Gregory here. There that one is. I'm pretty sure I could probably go to the next one here and just use my little down arrow here so you can see each one. But dear Ethan, dear Daniel, dear Nancy, and so forth, see? So pretty cool stuff there, you guys. So hopefully you can maybe use that. I've used it on many occasions, so it's definitely a viable thing. So hopefully you enjoyed that video, and hopefully you can use that to some degree. I appreciate you all looking at the video, watching the video, and take care.